Hey guys, hi, just want to make another video today. Just want to share some wisdom, just some wisdom that was passed on to me. It's my personal experience. I want to preface it with, it was helpful for me, may not be helpful for you. You may have a different take, or a couple other tips that may have been more important. So, story time. When I was finishing up my master's degree in social work, I had one of the teachers, it was a professor that oversaw your internship, went to the internship, helped you set it up, went to class once a week, just really light duty stuff for the most part. Anyhow, this lady just annoyed me to no end, to be honest with you. Just where everyone else is going in, checking in this class once a month, we were going in every week. While everyone else didn't have any assignments, she was loading us with assignments. Just an internship supervisory class. So that being said, it was for us. I get it. I kind of understood where she came from. I think I was just having a pity party at that time. Just feeling drained, finishing up my last year of school. So just grinding through, and just as we're finishing up, we're doing our presentations. Out of nowhere, have just annoying the hell out of me all year. She starts just dropping some great insight that really kind of struck a chord with me. And I'll go over that later. So that's the second thing. The first tip. So we're going to do the two tips, in my opinion, that I think are the best for a new social worker to the field. The first one is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I think, if anyone else on here is familiar with the guy's name is Eddie the Hip Hop Preacher. He's a motivational speaker, does tons of outreach, tons of traveling, tons of speaking engagements, just with everybody, with NFL teams, corporations, the whole 9 yards. And, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's kind of a mouthful. Just kind of telling yourself as you're going into the field, maybe as you're leaving school, there's going to be so many uncomfortable situations. You're showing up to the new job, maybe there's a bunch of veteran social workers and therapists there. As you get there, you might get thrown to the wolves like I did, right into, when I started, I was doing, just right out of school, just doing 4 or 5 groups a day, therapy groups in a psych hospital, covering family sessions before I even touched any kind of case management or real therapy work one-on-one. It was really tough. I kept telling myself, get comfortable being comfortable. It's part of the process. It's a process you go through from when you start until when a finished or better product is made, and allowing yourself to go through that process, I think, is really important. A lot of the times, especially for me, naturally I just want to quit. I just want to fall back. I don't want to do this. This isn't for me. I.e. all the excuses somebody can make to justify quitting or backing out of something they tried to do. But at least in my experience, at least in my field, there's a lot of times, like I said, I wanted to quit, but just pressing on, things got clear. I got more comfortable. I got just all my skills, my ability, my confidence, all just went through the roof. I went through a lot of really tough cases. I kind of came in charge of my own unit in the hospital as far as managing all the adolescents on my unit. So, just that persistence pays. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Things are going to suck. It's going to get better. Hang in there. Keep showing up. The next thing, number 2, I'm going back to the story I told first with my professor. Just towards the end of school, the thing she said was, remember that you belong at the table. It's a weird statement. You belong at the table. And what she meant by that, she explained, is when you go into these meetings, when you go into your first job, when you go into your first interviews, when you show up day 1 after orientation, you sit down with everyone else, and you feel uncomfortable, maybe you feel like you don't belong. Just telling yourself you belong at that table. You went through a lot. You went through maybe 7, 8 years of school to get to this point. You completed your internships. You showed up that whole time. You belong at that table. If you decide to move, you decide to change, you decide to do something else in the future, that's fine. But for right now, you belong at the table. I know one of the big things for me and a lot of other just fellow students that I had when I was graduating is, oh man, you know, trying to fit in, trying to go in with everyone else that's been doing this for years. You know, it's almost like these, especially when they come in and they talk to us and they do guest lectures at our school. Feeling like, man, how am I ever going to get to that level? Like, how am I ever going to get to being that confident and that comfortable in such an uncomfortable field? And so it really helped me as I was transitioning into this. You know, telling myself, you know, I belong at this table. I belong here. I don't know everything. I'm not proficient yet. I'm not where I want to be yet. You know, I don't have the experience of the therapist who's been here for 15 years, but I do belong at this table. And just really, it kind of comes down to, you know, if you're in this field at all, cognitive behavioral therapy, disputing those negative thoughts, disputing these negative beliefs that, you know, I'm not worth it, I'm not able, I can't do this, disputing it with a positive thought. So those are two main, you know, statements that I've really leaned on the first couple of years at my new job. You know, being comfortable with being uncomfortable, and you know, reaffirming to myself that you belong at this table. You've earned this. You belong here. You belong in this. So anyhow, if you guys have any other helpful tips, throw it in the comments. If you have any other questions, put it in below. Like I said, this is just for me. Maybe different for your experience. Thank you.